It's 8:08 on July 24, and we're here to do it again. We call it Island Tea. And here we go. Good morning. Hey. Okay. Okay, looks like she's having... Okay, could you just unplug it and maybe and put it in another outlet?
Better.
Okay, here we go.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Yes. So...
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm okay. I did... You remember last week I... I don't know how that one escaped me. Last week you asked me about... is it Cry of Freedom? The Mel Gibson thing.
Was it me?
Expose, wasn't it you?
No.
Or maybe it was...
Probably this Azard.
Oh, okay. You know, this movie where... the documentary where he's doing an expose on apparently pedophilia in Hollywood and stuff.
Mel Gibson?
Yeah.
What? How did I miss that?
Yeah. And so either you or him asked me, so did you hear about... And I was like...
It was probably
and I
Azard.
said, Sarafina?
Oh, Lord.
No, because... no, I didn't know. I was like... I just thought that's what... Because I didn't... and so I was watching...
So you went and looked it up?
No, I didn't actually. It came up in my feed. I was actually watching track and field stuff because there was a Diamond League in London yesterday. But then somehow after I watched some of the track and field videos, that came up with Mel Gibson and something, and I said, "Oh, that's what he." I for some reason I thought it was you. I was like, "Oh, is that what she was talking about?"
I definitely gonna Google that because
and then
that's interesting.
Yeah, and apparently it's so funny the way he described it. It's the exact same thing that happens with me sometimes because you know how I always say I like to be reasonable and I don't like to jump to conclusions. He said when he moved to Hollywood he said he would notice weird things, right?
And then he just trying to be like, okay,
and
let me
like,
not read
he
into
was
it.
like, nah, can't be. And then he turns out to be right.
Wow.
Because he's like, no.
You know what this whole thing taught me? Since the whole Me Too movement, it was just not women coming out in the latter part of it. Because most of the accusations that were targeted or aimed at Kevin Spacey, for instance, were by males. So it's like no one is safe.
Yeah.
My goodness. But in other news, how is the weather on your end?
The weather?
Yes, it's kind of hot.
It was pretty hot on Saturday. Oh my God.
Saturday was unbearable. Yesterday was not much better either.
But I was pretty busy yesterday. I was actually supposed to... Listen, I feel so bad. I was supposed to go to Nevis to judge, right? And I couldn't.
For Calypso?
Yeah, and I couldn't at the last minute because a client called me and I had to scrabble to do some stuff. Ended up having to do more than I expected. So I was even saying, even if I finish early, it still would be difficult to catch the boat because if someone has arrangements for you and then you think that there's a razor thin chance you could make it, but then you have to put all those arrangements in place again. So I just didn't think it made sense. But
wow.
Yeah, so
what did you do?
What do you mean?
What did you end up doing? What did?
No, I didn't go. I couldn't go. I just had to. I feel really bad because they're always asking me, and it never works out. This is the third time for the year, for the season, for the Culturama season. I was also judged and I couldn't go.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so I feel really bad.
You kind of have to plan these things better.
I shouldn't even have said anything. Because you know, I didn't say anything before.
Yeah, yeah. And what show was it? Was Calypso?
Calypso, yeah.
Wow. And so you know what I'm not seeing though. Like I'm trying to get like an agenda to see what's coming up for Culturama, but I haven't been able to see one.
I should. Let me do it now. I'm gonna get them to. I'll get Abernathy. Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna get Abernathy. So
at least we could, brief people.
I'm gonna get Abernathy to send me a Culturama program. Yeah, for real.
And then there was a bunch of stuff happening in Antigua because it's their carnival.
Yeah, they had. I think they had the Queen show last night. What Miss?
It looks like it was like the teen
Miss Queen of
Mr. and Mrs. Teenage pageant. That was Saturday.
Yeah, and then last night they had. Well, from what I saw on YouTube, I saw a live thing for a live thumbnail for Miss Antigua Queen of Carnival, something like that.
Okay. And then next week, of course, our girl goes down to compete in
Yeah.
JC's.
Yeah. Actually, I clicked on the thing on Saturday, the talented teen, or what they call it, they call it Miss Teen.
Teenage,
Yeah,
Miss and
Teenage.
Mrs. Teenager,
It's
because it
pageant,
seems as
yeah.
though they had a male version as well.
Yeah, so I clicked on it and there was no sound, and people were in the chat complaining that there was no sound. But then I think I hung on for about 3 or 4 minutes, and then the sound started. Well, some people were saying, well, for some weird reason, the sound was on the ABS website, but not on the YouTube stream. Eventually, they got it sorted out. So,
But it seems as though there's been like a bunch of stuff happening in the region. There's been that whole St. Vincent thing from last week, and that seems to be spilling over when they killed the 5 persons. The government in Anguilla is condemning gun violence. Apparently there was, and I'm still trying to verify this article. There were 2 persons who left Nevis and went to St. Vincent for Carnival, and it didn't turn out that well. It says this guy, James Ashton, who lives in St. Kitts and sings in the Nevis Culture Masoka Monarch competition, as Climate went to St.
Yes.
Vincent to celebrate Vinci Mass with his sister and other family members, only for his sister to be raped, shot dead, and left hanging on the porch.
what? Climate lives over here, actually.
That's what they said.
Yeah.
He sings in the Nevis
Yeah,
Culture
yeah,
Monarch competition as Climate.
Yeah.
He went to St. Vincent to celebrate Vinci Mass with his sister and other family members, only for her to be raped, shot
my
dead,
God.
and left hanging on
Are
the
you
porch,
serious?
leaving him empty and confused dealing with what transpired.
Are you serious?
And then there's a reward of $2,500 US that will be offered for anyone who possesses relevant information concerning the death of Cheryl Lenteria Phyllis Knights of Dorsetshire Hill, who was brutally killed at her home on Monday. So this happened on the 10th of July. And so there's like a clip of her brother, talking about the story, and I guess just pleading for anybody who has any information to come forward. I really don't know what's been going on in St. Vincent.
That is crazy, and condolences to the family.
Definitely.
And friends, greatest sympathy, deepest sympathy. I can't imagine what people, what they're going through at this point in time. It's
When I heard it, I was in shock. Like,
wow.
what? It just seems so insane.
Yeah,
But,
it's
deepest condolences to the family.
it's crazy.
So you're dealing with that, then you're dealing with this gun violence in Anguilla, and then it's just never ending.
So many things and so many things are happening, especially within our Caribbean region, our OECS. Usually you hear about these things in the larger territories, but now it's touching, the smaller territories.
Nobody says safe anymore. It's just So it's quite a bit going on.
Because we've had our crime, in the smaller territories, but now it seems most of it usually seems to be gang related. When you hear about instances where like this, it's not saying that the others aren't alarming, but it possesses in your mind or creates in your mind a different situation or different situations where tragedy and violence occurs.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy, to be perfectly honest. So what did you do this weekend? Lord, don't say work. I mean, I worked all day Saturday, but...
Yeah, did some work last evening, try to get some stuff out of the way. More or less, it was...
A working weekend?
Yeah, more or less. But
Same here.
to God be praised.
I worked all day Saturday. I just feel like I'm still tired from Saturday. Yesterday I tried to relax.
Yeah.
So.
And I heard while I was driving here, I heard you and I was hearing a conversation with you and Jamster
Which one?
about some movie.
The Mel Gibson thing?
And I don't recall
But someone
asking
in here,
Jamster about a movie. I don't know
But
if
say-
Jamster has
so
been
what-
sleeping.
No, someone mentioned you heard about the sound of freedom. It could.
Cry freedom.
It could have been. It could have been. Maybe it was Socrates. I don't know. Somebody. It wasn't. In my mind, it wasn't. It wasn't a guest. It was a host. So it's either one of you or it's Socrates, because I held the board for voices last week.
Okay.
So it could be him. But I knew in my mind, even though I don't remember who it is, in my mind was saying like, oh, it's not a guest. It's someone. If you know what I mean.
Yes.
Well, you know what? We've had a hard weekend, and the heat has not made it any better, because I drank so much coconut water Saturday and Sunday, because I just felt like I was going to be dehydrated and all my electrolytes were going to disappear. So, yeah.
I just remember a joke. When Socrates came Friday, right? He had a big bottle of coconut water. So, it's always looks slightly cloudy compared to. So is that coconut water? He said yes, and I said, they dilute that, right? He said, yeah, I know.
Boy,
But I remember I had
continue
I had an argument. It was a good-natured argument though with the guy
You
by
think
the
all of
circus.
them dilute them?
Actually, no.
I
Because
don't think so.
the one that I bought Friday morning, I stood and watched the guy pour it from the coconut into the.
Oh,
the
okay.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not all of them. I would not say that everyone, is honest enough
Because
not to dilute.
You know what happens to, like, if they pour it and they freeze it, and then it starts thawing off.
You mean
Kinda
you-
gets
you
like
mean,
a little.
You mean from the coconut?
Like they
Although technically that
prep it
wouldn't.
before,
Although technically that wouldn't be that. Oh, you mean like
like
if
when
they-
it
if
starts
if-
thawing off.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
maybe,
yeah,
maybe that way.
someone
Maybe not
told me.
intentionally.
Someone told me that. Oh, those guys. And then one day I was walking by the circus, and there's a guy that's usually there, and he was, oh, come and get some. And I said, well, you guys dilute that, don't you?
Oh
And
Lord.
no, but he was very good natured about it. We kind of had a little chat. And
What
we were-
did he say?
So he said, "Oh no, man, come on! How could you say that?" And we started to talk, and then I said, "Okay, when I come back, maybe I'll." But I think I forgot or something, because I think I went to Caribana or something. When I
Hey,
came
no,
back,
this
I
cynic
forgot.
he talking to.
This is something perhaps Jamster may like,
Let's hear
I don't know if you guys have touched it yet.
What?
It's in the Loop News, and it's all about the entertainment industry, Jamster.
We're talking about Barbenheimer. What?
Watch.
But someone that you would know, both of you would know, is a Caribbean artist. So we had Minister Miriam Hall, sorry.
Lady
Marianne
Saw.
Lady
Hall.
Saw, yeah.
She closes Reggae Fest on a spiritual note. So the curtains came down on Reggae Summer Fest 2023 on a spiritual note Sunday morning with a performance from Minister Hall, who went by, Lady Saw.
Lady Saw.
She went, when she ruled the rules as the female dancehall artist, provided distractors, proved her distractors wrong. They had predicted that she would use Sumfest, to herald her return to the secular regime. But the thing about it, right, I'm going to play the clip, and sorry for the mistakes, I just feel so exhausted, even though it's morning still.
Gonna get you some coconut water.
So here, and when I heard it, right,
You want me to play it from over here?
yeah,
nice.
play it. You got the clip?
No, you said Loop News. So
Yeah, Loop
can't-
News,
can't be
yeah,
hard
look
to
at
find.
it. Yes, so basically, she is, because I saw someone post it on the Facebook with her singing something, the Kiss Up Me Bible thing.
Yes, a friend of
What?
mine sent me to go listen to it.
Try to look for it so persons could hear. so she closed it on one of those songs, Kiss Up Me Bible. But
A friend of mine messaged me. She was like, Candy, have you
what?
heard this song? And I've been promising her for like 2 weeks now to go listen to the song. But of course, I always get distracted.
Yes.
But just the name alone, like when she sent me, I was like,
Why
what,
would you?
what is song name?
Why would you? I mean,
Jamsa, have you found
yeah,
it yet?
I found it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
What's wrong with Kiss Out My Bible? Let's hear.
Oh my God.
You should see your face like, oh my God, blasphemy. What?
Yes, blasphemy.
You haven't even heard the song as yet.
Yeah, they have an ad here, and this
Okay, so he's getting it, so we could play a little. We could
You
hear
heard
it.
it?
Well, I have
What did you think of it?
And I'm not
The Kiss of My Bible.
What if my song is
I
on?
was like,
That's crazy.
I don't even know what.
But guess
to
what?
say.
It's gonna make everybody talk. Everybody's gonna go listen to it.
Yeah.
So
But I don't know what's
Lady
taking
Soy
Jam so
still,
long.
you
I
know,
could have just
turning
played
heads.
the thing from my phone. You could have done the same thing.
Yeah, I don't understand. Okay. So that's the song? Okay, let's go from the beginning.
This morning, big man get sleep. You go protect back the whole of me. All hard things, baby. We run out the ambition. Happy.
Okay, Jam.
Stop it on the demon.
they're losing it.
Jam, so you should listen this one though.
Yes. Take a kiss out of this. Hey, come, please. Take a kiss out of this. Hey, come, please. Take a kiss out of this.
So that's
Yeah.
the same part of it?
No, this is
That's the next one.
I guess this is the Kiss on My Bible one that I heard the first time.
Wow.
So come and take a kiss out of this.
Out of this.
So I don't know what a person's thinking. I mean,
I think it's just the name that's sensational.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's making persons kind of like spiral, but
I just feel like
she definitely doing her job.
I just feel like if
she may call you to take a kiss out of this.
if my thing is, if you're you say you're not of the world, you shouldn't be singing ambiguous songs like that, because we knew exactly what she was going for there.
Take a kiss out of this.
Kiss out my Bible?
What was she
I
going
mean,
for?
We know what she's going for. I don't have to say it.
Clearly, you know better than the rest of us.
I will leave that unsaid. Yeah, because I just feel like certain things. We live in a time when it's like nothing is sacred anymore. You know?
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like certain things. I just feel like that is too ambiguous. That's a nice word I'm going to use. It's a little too ambiguous to me, and the innuendo. If no one can get the innuendo, I'm not going to explain it to them. I don't know what to tell you if you don't know what she means there. And if she thinks that that's a cute way to get buzz and get back in the conversation.
That's probably it, because recently she had like a whole showdown with
Spice. Yeah, at one point in time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
But you know, if it is that she's trying to generate attention and push gospel or whatever, then it's obviously working, because everybody's talking about this song. I mean, my friend told me about it 2 weeks ago. So I guess it's working.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and she uses a very catchy beat. I think is it the fact that she is using dancehall, or is it the fact that she was in dancehall as who she was, and so when persons listen the music, that's the only thing that they see.
I think so too. You know, when she first came out, it's like no one expected her to stay in that genre for long. You know, she actually just said that in the song. She was like, everybody keeps saying she gonna backslide.
Yes.
So I guess everybody thought, boy, you know, we gonna see. She gonna go back. This not gonna last type of thing.
Because, I mean, I think I know there's a gospel singer by the name of DJ Nicholas. I don't even know him. I think he does dancehall gospel as well, and there are dancehall gospel out there. So I'm wondering, is it that her music is one that makes you question whether or not she is genuine, or is it the fact that her lyrics on its own are okay,
Yes.
but we are seeing the person who she was before instead of the message that she's giving. So that's
it. People
that's
can't
some
get past it.
consideration.
Because you remember when Kirk Franklin came out? And he was just like, he revolutionized gospel. Just the way he presented it. It was like kind of like rap. It was like, hip hop. So I think, and everybody was like, what do you think he doing? But it was so catchy that everybody bought onto it. And then Mary and all of those people came out. Because even Yolanda Adams has like some rap music on her albums and stuff like that. And these are all people that I'm obsessed with, by the way. I know that genre has had a shake up and a change. So maybe this is our Caribbean version.
But nah, because Yolanda and Mary and Kirk Franklin really, well, Kirk Franklin is a little fishy there, but
How come?
the other two, I can't say that they're singing any songs where I'm going, hey, that's a little salacious.
No, but we're talking about the beat, because
No, but music is music. It's just what you use it for.
So then, what's wrong with Lady Saw with that?
No, it's not the beat. It's that
It's the word,
that
the name,
whole
kiss up my
that whole innuendo thing going on there. That real racy thing. I'm sorry, nobody's gonna tell me she's not trying to be provocative there.
It's working.
Yeah.
We're all talking about the song right now.
You have to call a lady edgelord.
Oh Lord.
Okay, let's go to the break. We have the
Traffic
police. You have the police officers outside. It's 8:30. We're coming right back.
Traffic talk.
The biggest party in sport is back for 2023. And the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots will need your support at Warner Park. CPL will be bigger, better and louder than ever before. And this year, the Patriots are ready to bounce back and claim the title once again. The games are between the 23rd and 27th of August. Get your tickets now at cplt20.com. Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
Antigua Carnival 2023, the Caribbean's greatest summer festival. Join us from July 27th to August 8th for 13 days of pure music, mass, and creativity. Get ready for the iron and the brass, the soca and the sun, the sand and the sea, all in one. Antigua Carnival, where the magic happens. Be there July 27th to August 8th. Antigua, Carnival is calling.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
When it comes to the important things in life, your health, your education, your choice of a life partner, and of course your insurance provider, only the best will do. Caribbean Alliance Insurance is the only insurance company in the Eastern Caribbean with an A excellent rating. We have a robust 3-tier reinsurance strategy that protects our policyholders from multiple catastrophes, even if they occur in quick succession. We spread our risks over 18 territories, ensuring minimal impact to individual territories when a disaster strikes. We provide an excellent claims experience. Claim settlement is usually between 24 to 48 hours. Our A excellent rating means that you are more secure with us. Contact us for motor, property, marine, public liability, employer's liability, and other policies. Delisle Walwyn, people you can trust. Local agent for Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Tomorrow secured.
Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. Attention all drivers. I'm begging you to slow it down, slow it down, slow it down, down. Too many stunt drivers on the road, man. With the fire day, driver, what's your emergency? It's better late than never. So why you it my business to alert all motorists, especially those who love to break traffic laws. I have seen what speed can do. Here I am to your rescue to help you to live. Just take this advice I give. I warn all drivers to take care of your passengers. Be careful on the road. Don't make it an episode. How much more tragedy we have to endure to face the reality. Less is safer than more. I'm begging all my friends.
And welcome to Traffic Talk. It's 8:35, and Traffic Talk, of course, brought to you by Caribbean Alliance Insurance. Good morning, officers.
ladies. How are you
morning.
guys doing?
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, so tell us, what do you guys have in store for us today?
Well, today we will be speaking about the roundabout and the way in how we use the roundabout, and also the importance of a roundabout.
All
Yes,
then.
nice.
We all know that roundabouts were created to allow vehicular traffic to flow smoothly without minimal stopping. Also, roundabouts are very important as it improves the free flow of traffic, so that the traffic could flow in a smooth and safe manner. Also, roundabouts are generally safer for pedestrians because they give you the time. Some roundabouts have pedestrian crossing inside, so they allow the pedestrian to cross. It also allowed minimal conflict. That is because you're moving from east, west, north, south. Each person have a time limit in which, and so therefore you can cross safely. Notwithstanding that, you must always remember that you must give way to traffic on the right. We know we have conflicts at time at the roundabout, and that only happen because we as driver sometimes don't drive with consideration of other road users. Without going any further, I'll hand over to Sergeant Henry, who will continue to give you the information on the usage of the roundabout.
Good morning again to the listening audience. And remember, one should not overtake in a roundabout. You should not overtake in a roundabout.
I think that needs to be emphasized
I'm
because
just
somebody was
confused
just
that
telling
people
me
doing that.
the other day that while driving, someone overtook them while going
roundabout?
around the roundabout.
You should not overtake in a roundabout. And remember, if you're traveling, for instance, you're traveling in the Central Bank roundabout. You're coming from Frigate Bay direction and you want to go to Rams, or you want to go down into Bastille. One should always stay on the left because it's going to take a left or straight. If you want to go to Kim Collins or back to Frigate Bay, that's by the Sugars Complex, you stay on your right. So if you're going straight or left, you stay on your left. If you're going right or in the direction where you came from, you go on your right. So if you're coming from Frigate Bay and you want to go to Rams or you want to go into Bastille, you stay on your left. If you want to go to Kim Collins or back to Frigate Bay, you stay on your right. You're coming from Birdwalk end now in the same roundabout, and you want to go to Kim Collins or into Bastille, you stay on your left. You want to go back to Birdwalk or Frigate Bay, you stay on your right.
I don't know how much more times you can say this because this is madness. That same Central Bank roundabout always have issues.
You're coming from the Bastille direction, that's from the TDC building. You want to go to Kim Collins or you want to go to Frigate Bay, you stay on your left. You want to go to Rams, you stay on the right, because when you come around, there's some gaps there that is open, then you go over on your left and you proceed into Birdwalk. It's not that you go on your left. If you go on your left, you're wrong. You're coming from the Kim Collins Highway and you want to go to Frigate Bay or Rams, you stay on your left. You want to go to Bastille or back to Kim Collins, you stay on your right. And these are the correct uses of a roundabout. any roundabout that you are traveling and you want to go to your left or straight, you always stay on the left lane. If you want to go right or you want to go the direction that you came from, you stay on the inner lane, which is the right lane. The outer lane is the left lane. And once you follow these directions, we'll have a smooth traffic flow. It will minimize accidents in the roundabout. And as the inspector said, always remember to give way traffic from your right. Yes, you might say, okay, we drive on our left here, so why should we go on the right to drive? That is how you use a roundabout.
Yes.
You know,
And
when
I
they
find
also
a lot
it's
of
used by
the-
that merging one also, by Michael's. Oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
Right.
Sorry to you know, I find based on the drivers, if you look at it, it's usually perhaps, you know, the raw students. I find a lot of the raw students, when they're using the roundabout, they use it incorrectly. Maybe it is because
They don't have
they
where
don't
they
have
came
it
from.
where
Yes.
they came from, and they usually drive on the right. So I don't know if there could be communication between the police officers and maybe the school, so students who are coming in could have that sort of education, because you know, you drive on the road and you could see most often than not who's in front of you and who's using the roundabout incorrectly, and for most times I pick that up, you know.
Maybe
when-
have them do a practical when they come.
But when they come for the temporary driver's license, we
Yeah.
always explain to them, or we always
Okay, so
point
you have
out to
some
them.
interaction
We
with
have
them.
yellow lines, no parking. We have one-way street. We drive on our left here, and we usually tell them.
Oh, okay. So there's some interaction and
Yes.
discussion.
But
I
what
would
I-
have never known that.
And as
That's how
Candy,
What I noticed though, one of the bad habits they've picked up is, you know, our tendency not to use indicators.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I see them doing it all the time, and
Yeah.
you know, it drives me bonkers. How people don't use indicators, and then you
People
have-
think that once you're in a roundabout, you don't have to use an indicator.
No, but I'm not even talking
And
about
that's
roundabouts
also an
alone. I
issue.
mean,
when
I
you're
just mean
turning or
in
you're
general,
stopping,
yeah.
yes. And as Candy was saying, the roundabout by the airport, if you're coming from the Connery end, we have 3 lanes. When you're approaching, you have a slip lane, and this slip lane is on your left. This one is only for persons who is traveling to Kim Collins, who want to get into Birdwalk. As soon as you reach that area, you have 2 arrows in blue, and this is going to tell you can travel in which either direction. You can go both directions. So if you're going to Kim Collins, you stay on your left. And when you're approaching the roundabout, you also have 2 arrows there. One going to take you straight into town, which is the left, and the other one going to take you up to F.T. Williams Highway or to the airport or back to Connery.
Also, when you take that left lane that takes you on to Kim Collins, you always remember there's some dotted lines. That's when you give way to traffic on your right. We have instances where people think that, okay, it's a slip lane, so I should just drive straight onto the Kim Collins. No, you have to give way to traffic on your right. Once that lane is clear, then you make that exit onto the Kim Collins Highway.
Boy. You know, the amount of infractions you see. And sometimes it's big trucks. It's the big trucks, and they feel like, and sometimes I'd be like, okay, so y'all own the road. Okay, go ahead. Because they in the truck, the speed that they're traveling at, the stuff that they're carrying, and then they still want to do these crazy things on the road. And I'm just there like, it's bad enough. You're so big, and you have some. Recently, I saw one with sand or whatever you call that material. It looked like sand, like a clay type sand. Nothing covering it. And the speed that he was driving at, I pull over. I pull over because it's like a whole sandstorm that was coming out. I was like, what in God's name is this?
And as long as you're carrying stuff in a truck, it must be covered. It should be covered. Because something can fly out and either hit the other person who is traveling behind you and damage the windshield or something on the vehicle. Not even if a pedestrian could be standing there and a rock fall out and hit the person.
They can't be bothered.
Yes.
They
So as
later than
long as you're
everybody else.
carrying stuff, it should be covered. And if you're pulling steel or whatever on a truck, you must you should have that red flag behind to alert persons.
I don't know. It's like, I feel like the people that do these things know better, but they just can't be bothered because they feel like nobody's going to be there to crack down.
Yes.
So you have your work cut out
Until
for
something
you.
happens serious.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Every time I see somebody with steel, I just kind of like fall all the way back because all I think about is Final Destination. This is going to be a Final Destination clip. The steel is going to come straight through my windscreen and pin me. But I'm glad you're actually addressing the roundabout because I've seen a lot of madness taking place recently. Recently, I saw some guy, like he was coming, and I'm guessing he's a tourist. He was coming the other way on the roundabout going to the airport.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm like flagging him down, trying to stop him, telling him whatever. He flipped me off, give me 2 bad words and continue. I was like, Lord, I hope when he get any accident, it's not anybody for me and nobody else. Just get your accident, flip your car, go wherever, and don't damage anybody else because you don't live here. Everybody else going in one direction. And that should also be a clue. Like when you go on a street and you want to know if the street is a one-way.
Check
you
for the
look
people,
to see how cars are.
Yes.
Right? So I'm telling him, like, you're going the wrong way, you're going the wrong way. And
it could be a local too, you know.
How about we turn those 2 bad words into 2 calls? We'll take the first one. Person up. Okay, so callers call back. As quick as they call, sometimes they are bought or whatever. So
there's a roundabout right in front of my house, and every day I cringe. Every single day, because they come down the road and they're supposed to go around the roundabout, and they go straight.
And it have the arrows
Yeah,
there.
the arrows
are there. Yes.
There's when you're coming up the road, you're supposed to go around the roundabout to get back onto the straight road or to go left. They come straight up. And my house is like smack dab right there. And I'm just like, when y'all doing y'all nonsense, just don't hit my car. Because it's every single day.
Okay, we have a call. Traffic talk. You're on the air.
Yes. Good morning.
Good morning.
We don't pay here.
How are you?
I am good, man. I'm great.
Lovely.
I like a comment that Candisie said just now, you know. A lot of these people who are doing these careless, reckless, unconcerned, law-breaking habits, they know they're not supposed to do it, but they just don't care. And the reason why they don't care, because such as what they call in penalty, I wouldn't call that penalty. I will call that upper treatment, good treatment. Because when you lash people, especially out of the pocket, they go on and moan all day and for the whole week and the whole month. Because that payment cause them now cannot pay for other commitments that they have. And I'm calling on those who make laws. When are you going in Parliament carrying these reports that you are hearing from the traffic and put them some heavy, stiff penalties in there for worthless people, donkey people, don't care about other people's lives. They don't care what they do. Overtaking vehicle on the crest of a hill, and they don't know what is coming up. I almost lost my life in the back of a car in St. Thomas. I was in the back, and this guy wanted to overtake as the sun set. Before he reached the crest of a hill, I tell him, boy, don't do it, because you do not know what is coming up on the hill. And he had something in his head that dazzled his brains. And when he reached on the crest of the hill, there was a vehicle coming up, and there was one on his left, so he couldn't pull back in on the left. And he pulled to the right, straight over an embankment down in somebody's yard. The car dropped on his face, and I was in the back, and I get the worst. All because of ignorance. So I am saying, Miss Henry and others, you all can't do no more. But it's those who are supposed to make the law to carry in the court, that the judge should walk from the law and deal with them. They are the ones responsible for having these people doing this ignorance on the road. Now, when gravel stone fly out of the vehicle and it's on the road, another vehicle that coming behind could pinch that stone and lash somebody to the side of the road, because I've seen it happen on Buckley's. A stone break a pedestrian foot. A car pinch a stone and lash the pedestrian on the foot and break it. So you all doing your all best, and I working with you all who getting paid, PWP. And I don't know when I gonna get my social security from PWOP. But anyway, you all have a good day. Today is 63 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's a little cooler.
Amen.
Thank
you
you,
so much for your contribution.
Thank you, Carlo.
Yes.
Okay, right.
I'm sure they're going to work out your pension and social security
as soon as possible.
That is entitled to you.
I don't know where he's getting his temperatures from, but anyway, let's take another call. Traffic Talk, you're on the air.
Hi there, good morning. How are you guys doing?
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Good, good to hear you. I just wanted to make a point again. I just kind of read it again. The signage around the roundabouts in the Federation, in St. Kitts especially. We've been advocating for some time now that we need proper signage for in the roundabout. If you don't have signage, this traffic talk is not as effective as when they can see signage at least 30, 40 feet before approaching the roundabout. A lot of people come in here for CPL, all the different activities that we have, and they're not accustomed to using roundabouts regularly. We need to come on the radio now. Most persons are working. They're not hearing the program. And at the same time, when they see it while driving, they'll be able to adjust to save all the problems that you guys have been talking about. I'm saying that we have the prisoners there. The prisoners should get together. And if we put them overhead signage, this is what I have more or less internationally. So when you're approaching the roundabout, you'll be able to know what lane to pick up if you're going to Boardwalk or if you're going to Kim Collins or coming from Kim Collins or you're coming from the Civic Day. And I'm continuously saying that we need signage. People need to see when they're driving on the road that they can pick up the respective lanes. I only could say it so many times, but I believe this is something that is needed immediately. And, you know, there's options for the prisoners to get to work, and they can put signage in the roundabouts. You know, I don't see a problem at all with that. This is definitely something that will maximize the proper use of the roundabouts and eliminate accidents. That's all I have to say. Have a good day.
Thank you so much for your call. But they have been doing that. They've been doing the arrows.
We're doing the arrows, but he talking about a billboard, yes, a board.
I must
but
say,
that is working on.
I must say, there was one thing when I used to live in Toronto. There was one thing they did with signage which I always liked, and even in the States, I never saw it. For example, let's say you're driving along the Bay Road, right? And you're getting up to Sandown Road. There would be a sign, maybe by about like the next junction before Sandown Road. You might have a sign just after that saying, well, coming up or Sandown Road. So, for example, if you're looking for a place and you wouldn't overshoot, so you always know maybe 30, 40, 50 feet before you get to that junction that road is coming up. But I always thought that was a good idea. So that caller kind of alluded to doing something like that. I think it might be a good idea.
Like give them a heads up.
Yeah, rather than putting the sign bang. Obviously, there's going to be a sign
before.
But there's going to be a sign at Sandown Road, of course. But at least you know, well, oh, okay, the next junction coming up is Sandown Road or whatever it is, you know.
All those are taken into consideration.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Wow. We're gonna
Let's
have
take another
signs.
call. Traffic Talk. Okay, that one. That caller is gone. Okay, so what else is on your guys' minds?
I was thinking maybe this sign could be somewhat maybe electronic, where it has
Like
those
flashing.
flashing, so you could have other things. So you reduce how much signs are there, so it continuously flash.
Right. Like that, like when they use the detour and they show you the blinking
Yeah.
arrow. I've actually seen signs like those in the US, but it's mainly like, I guess, when the roads are under construction. So they'll tell you like detour coming up or whatever.
Yeah.
But I take your point, and I think it's a good idea. Costly.
Okay.
I mean, considering that we still have roads to repair, but
Okay, we had a call coming in, but the person dropped out. Oh, here we go. Let's go. Traffic Talk. You're on the air. It's
Good morning.
8:54. Yeah, go
Good
ahead.
morning.
Firstly, none of your streaming services appear to be working.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
YouTube is
Facebook-
on.
I checked the Facebook just a while ago.
And I'm watching the YouTube.
Well, I checked online radio, and I also checked the direct link on the WINNMedia website, and none of them functioned.
Oh.
Unless it came up within the last 5 minutes.
Well, those ones I didn't check. And I
Yeah,
don't
but
think Candy checked
I'm watching
those either.
YouTube, and I know
Yeah,
you have
so
the Facebook.
You could
so
be correct in that
maybe,
regard.
yeah. We'll check it out. Thank you so much.
I have no Facebook link, so I don't know.
Okay, so but
on
what you
the
should
subject of
wait,
traffic
but what you
matters-
should do is use the WinFM website or go to YouTube or Facebook. Go ahead.
On traffic matters, the previous caller underscores a matter that has been ongoing for a year now. When that strange thing was created at the airport roundabout, we were assured that the signs would be coming. I think this was in June of last year. And we were told that they'll be there within a couple of weeks, if not a couple of months. It's now approaching a year, they're still not there. And even where these signs are, as the gentleman pointed out, the signs can only be read safely by someone at walking speed. The lettering signs are not to international standards at our roundabouts. One cannot see them clearly when traveling at normal driving speed. A question for the officer. What are the speed limits on St. Kitts?
The speed limits are 20 miles in built-up area and 40 in non-built-up areas.
Okay. Is the area that we call the F.T. Williams Highway a built-up area or a non-built-up area?
Well, it's a highway, so it's 40 miles, so.
So the word highway means nothing because highway implies a speed limit greater than the normal speed limits. And so the word highway is just a name. And to suggest that that is not a built-up area when you have on either side of the road, you have housing developments with no safe crossing to get from one to the other. Maybe it isn't really a built-up area anymore. One is concerned, and I think we need to examine the term built-up areas as far as our civilians are concerned. This item is not for the traffic department, but because the traffic department is, unfortunately, the opportunity to get to the public works department, I shall raise it here. I was immensely pleased last week, or was it the week previous, when some roadworks were done on the Bay Road in the vicinity of the Inland Revenue Department. And believe it or not, within 36 hours of the roadworks being completed by the Water Department, the road was properly resurfaced and restored for normal use. And yet the Public Works Department leaves roadworks undone for weeks on end. There was not a hole, there was a gap in the road for over 3 months in Keys before it was addressed. So it seems as if we, the motorists, want to be able to use the roads properly after necessary infrastructure work is done, we have to hope that they're being done in the downtown Bastia area, because beyond that, we'll be waiting for the next shipment of asphalt from wherever, or until someone breaks their car suspension or something else. So could you, on behalf of we the motoring public, thank the Public Works Department and all the appropriate persons for the speedy remedial work that was done on the Bay Road in the vicinity of the post office and the Inland Revenue Department last week. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Yes, I will convey such on your behalf and the other motorists.
There was something I was thinking about. It's something I've always thought about, but I thought I'd mention it to you guys. It's in reference to the registration numbers for the license plates. I always thought, I don't know what you guys think about this, but I always thought it would make sense to have, okay, see you guys have P, you have PA and you have PB, right? Now, my contention is that I think that they're easily confusable when they're kind of like linear progressions like that. P, P, A, P, B. I was thinking, if you had P, you should have had like another completely different thing, like say KN or X or whatever. My point being, I have noticed the same with the phone numbers. If you have 465, 466, and you have two numbers that are the same, you tend to get confused sometimes. Where if you're trying to remember, you're like, oh, it was 57, 55, but I couldn't remember if it was P or PA or PB. So I always felt like if the alpha part of the alphanumeric registration was kind of random or not related to the P, it would make it easier for people to remember.
I wonder, because I think most Caribbean islands do P, because in Guyana they're like PZZ and PX and PY and.
I mean, I know different islands use different systems. Like I know in Barbados they do it by parish, which actually works because,
So then you can say, well, okay, is a car from Christchurch?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So that kind of works. But I always thought.
I was going to say I was going to train that even with the election list and the address, and so there'll be a lot of, uncertainty. Imagine with that.
yeah.
Azard.
No, because and the other thing too. Think about the phone numbers. You have 465, 466. The same thing happens. Whereas you find in other countries what they do, they use completely different numbers. Like for example, in New York, you have 212, and you have 718. They didn't go 213. 213 is actually California. You see my point?
Yeah.
So it's easier to remember. In Toronto, it's 416, not 417. It's 416 and 905, and
So
I think
you're saying that
518.
Each parish should have.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You're
I'm
talking
just
about
saying.
when you finish the P, you go on to something else.
Like a Q.
But then remember, P is for private vehicles.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to go change all that in law and whatever. But to put something else, but it's already there in the book to say, when you finish P, you go on to PA, and then PB, and then if you complete PB, then you go to PC. It's already in the regulation.
Yeah, and that's only happened when we reach 99999, and so we have to start from fresh.
Yeah.
I think it's easier how it is, I think James just need to remember whether or not it's PA.
No, it's just that
PB, or
I'm
PC.
thinking. I was just thinking for safety's
PC
sake.
comes.
When you see a vehicle, sometimes you see the because you guys never seen a license plate and you're like, I'm pretty sure I saw two cars with the same.
Right.
And then
But
you
one
realize
is PA and one is
yeah,
PB.
exactly.
It
So if it was a completely different letter, what I'm saying is, I don't think that confusion would exist. I think it would be easier.
I only learned my registration when I had to go pay for parking. And the girl's like, what your car number is? I'm like, hold on.
But as Sergeant Henry said, it's already on the books where we establish P is for private, G is for government vehicle, R is for rental. Whereas you have, for example, in England, as Jamsa is speaking about, in England they use the alphabet for year. So you would know if somebody have, let's say, a V, that's one of the latest vehicle, like a 2023. So
Really?
people use them differently. Like in England, they use the alphabet letters to refer to the year of the vehicle.
I think ours is
much
Perfect.
easier.
Simple.
Just
nice.
remember the color of the
Just
car
jump
and the
start.
letters.
Right.
Then the police can find the
If you
rest.
say you think it's a P, and you
The
call
police can find it, yeah.
Right, and then you
Yeah.
say the color of the vehicle.
Exactly.
Or it's a pickup. You go and you see P,
'Cause
and you
that's
say
what
that's
I
a
do.
car. What about PA? And then you just...
Yeah,
yes.
that's what I do. I'm
Yeah.
like, it's brown, and I know this is the number, but don't ask me the first letter. I don't know if it's P, PA, or PB.
I want you to tell the kind of vehicle that was traveling. Yes.
Jamsa
It's
one.
simple.
Jamsa one. Can I gymnastic in this?
Remember he
I
wanted
actually-
to put
no. I-
personalized license plates.
But I actually get accused of being too logical. So I don't think. So that means I'm onto something because the way my mind works is, I believe in simplifying things, and I feel like P, PA, PB are easily confused in conjunction with a number.
It helps
in
us
my
know
mind.
that how recent the vehicle is, because once you have a B, I know, well, yeah, you just get that because we've now gone into Bs.
Yes.
And not all the time.
Okay, we
see?
But some days you could get somebody number two.
We have gone over, but let me take these calls because apparently something we said may have sparked some. Hey, folks, go ahead.
Good day.
Hey.
Good morning.
As the officer was speaking about the roundabout at Central Bank, for instance, I noticed that they started marking them out. I hope it goes to completion in terms of putting back the keep left arrows on the triangles approaching, etc. Actually, last Sunday, I think it was, Sunday before, I actually was coming from Frigate Bay and going on to the Kim Collins Highway when a car approached me they were coming from the Kim Collins Highway and didn't keep left and actually ended up coming towards me. Strange as that may sound. I noted the number and will approach the person. But I think it was at dusk and they probably got disoriented. I don't think that the markings are sufficient. Okay? Certainly the verges, the sign, the painting of the edges, the verges, should be done to assist drivers in navigating through the roundabout. Okay, so I just hope that is done, and not just the usual lane markings and the other markings normally that you'll find inside the roundabout, but also give some directions to people approaching the roundabout as to where they should be going. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, Carla, for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, so we definitely need those signs. just like
Signage,
the
yes.
Second, third person.
There's some signage, for example, at the roundabout at the airport, when you come, you say, to F.T. Williams, to Bastair, to Kim Collins.
That's true.
They're probably there.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe
they have
they're a
to
bit
put,
too low.
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe, but they're definitely there.
Mm-hmm. You know which
They're
roundabout is a disaster? The one when you come through the tunnel. If you're going to Best Buy, you have to stay in the outer one.
Which is the left one.
Oh my goodness, every single morning. And so thank heavens when I took driving classes, it was defensive driving. So it's like I always on the lookout, like, okay, this one gone, he indicator, I still don't know if he's gonna turn. This one in the outer lane, but he still might cut back in to go if he going into Buckley's, into to camps. So.
Okay. We have another call. Go ahead. Give you guys back the extra time. Go ahead.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Extending same to your guests. Two things. Potholes cause accident, you know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you would not set right. So is there a collaboration betwixt the traffic department and whosoever, public works, whosoever, to kind of keep the road as it ought to be kept?
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
dialogue and, you know, to make sure that is intact. The other thing is the accident in the person who get knocked down in Nevis, Lady Ella. Has anyone been charged as yet for that? We will hang up and listen.
That accident is under investigation, so we would not speak about it, sir. But the investigation is being carried out.
Okay, guys. Give you guys a last word.
How was Grillfest for you guys? Grillfest was a traffic nightmare. Oh my goodness. Y'all must have worked tirelessly.
No, I didn't.
You didn't work? Ah, you missed it. Listen, it took me almost 30 minutes to get
From one roundabout now.
But it wasn't that. It's only when you reach down to the bottom you realize. So why this long line? Because it's just people
I
just
couldn't
idling.
figure it out.
Because as you reach the entrance, the whole traffic is clear. So it's just person idling, and there were officers there parking. So I really didn't understand why the line of traffic was that long.
Gosh, it was a disaster.
It was all good if you were heading back to Basse, but it's to get in. And as I said, I just couldn't understand because officers were there to park the vehicle, but
Yeah, I
it's
saw
like
some.
the whole of St. Kitts was there.
Yes. I was like,
Wow.
this Grillfest sell off. So for you, dodge a bullet, because the traffic was a nightmare.
I heard so.
Yeah, I didn't go. So
I was working. I worked all day.
Oh.
So yeah.
Yeah, I saw the pictures and I said, you know what? I can't deal with crowds and food. So when I'm hungry, I just try to, go where the line is less. But I saw that person
Saturday
seemed
was
to have
begging
really
for that.
enjoyed themselves,
Yes.
those who went. And to the winners of the various categories, congratulations to you.
If y'all do grilled
Yeah.
pigtail, y'all could come
Yeah.
have a sit-in with us and bring the pigtail.
And bring some. Just take them out the freezer and bring them. Heat them up.
The thing about it too, I'm going to go back to see who won the various categories, and then in my own time, could try
Sample.
out. Yeah.
Or they could come have a sit-in with us and bring samples.
We could invite them.
So you guys got
Thank
your
you,
last word?
ladies, for coming in today. Tell us.
Okay. To all drivers, always use turning signal, whether a vehicle is in front of you or whether a vehicle is behind you, always use your turning signal. It is safely direct.
Calling all residents of St. Kitts. Get ready for an event that's set to revolutionize your Saturday mornings. Introducing the plastic-free Infocade and Bottle Drive. Happening on Saturday, 29 July at 9 a.m. at the junction of Central Street and Westbourne Gut in Bastille. The St. Kitts Sustainable Destination Council of the Ministry of Tourism is bringing you a day filled with fun, education, and the commitment to a greener future. Hosted by none other than Pinocchio. The plastic-free Infocade will make its way through the island with stops in St. Peter's, Keyon, Saddlers, and St. Paul's. Spreading awareness and taking action against plastic pollution. This is not your normal motorcade. Get involved in recycling. The plastic-free Infocade will be an unforgettable experience for the whole family. Mark your calendars for Saturday, 29 July at 9 a.m. in Bastille. Don't miss the greenest event of the year.
Military new affect tourism, causing the economic trouble. We reduce the use of plastic.
The biggest party in sport is back for 2023. And the St. Kitts and Nevis Patriots will need your support at Warner Park. CPL will be bigger, better and louder than ever before. And this year, the Patriots are ready to bounce back and claim the title once again. The games are between the 23rd and 27th of August. Get your tickets now at cplt20.com. Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
If you need protection, you need one who you can trust. To secure your investment, you need one who'll do you just. TDC Insurance, you're the one that you can trust. TDC Insurance, you're always safe with us.
TDC Insurance is your go-to insurance company for all your insurance needs. We take pride in offering you the best solutions and ensuring our customers are fully satisfied. TDC Insurance, we take good care of you, guaranteeing you peace of mind.
You're always safe with us.
And we're back on Island Tea.
This is a Culturama song?
Yep, that's Odyssey. That's a Croc song.
Is it the Crocs?
Yeah.
I've heard the Crocs. I think it's you playing it.
Yeah, yeah.
But I like the beat.
Yeah. Songs are so fast.
Yeah.
So why are these phones going crazy? Let's
listen to them. Let's see what they have to say, Jamster.
Caller, go right ahead.
Oh, yes. This is concerning your earlier segment with Lady Saw.
Mm-hmm.
I think you had it exactly right. There was no reverence to it. I think that is what distinguishes religion from entertainment. Okay? The reverence part of it. Okay? You can't forget exactly what it's all about. And it reminds me of the transition that we had in going from the traditional church services, for instance, into what we have now where, it's a lot of entertainment, okay? And it's no small wonder that people do so much church hopping, They go from church to church. I guess when they become bored with one, they just hop on to the next one, So I really think that song, while it may be effective in reaching a certain cohort, is definitely lacking in reverence, okay? And really comes pretty close to blasphemy, really. Okay, it's unfortunate, but
and it panders.
Right now, it seems as if
it panders,
anything goes, and when anything goes, everything goes.
Exactly. I feel like it panders to the wrong entity. It should be pandering to God, not pandering to people who need to be talked down to be to find, let's say, religion and getting closer to God compelling. If you see what I mean.
Do you think her doing it at some fest was also a thing? Her doing it at some summer fest. Do you think that was also a bad decision?
No, I wouldn't say that. It's just that particular song, it's a little too. The innuendo, the innuendo is off the charts as far as I'm
beyond
concerned.
Innuendo. It's almost explicit.
Ridiculous.
Most of us knew what Razor was coming from, right? And she thought she was being very cute doing it that way. The innuendo and that sort of thing has its place in calypso and so on, but not. I don't think in religion. Okay, That's what I found unfortunate about it. Of course, they'd say that, well, you're bringing souls to God, and that's the main purpose of it. But like I said, just like in everything else, there's a right and wrong way to do something. Something might be well-intentioned, but there's still a right and a wrong way to do it. Okay, and the end certainly does not justify the means, any means possible.
Thank you.
That's what
Thank you for that.
Like.
Because the thing is, I feel like she's always been controversial, so I wasn't surprised. Even when she was singing dancehall, she was the one person that would come out and say things that everybody's thinking, but you don't say it, right? So she's always been controversial. So I feel she kind of just in the same vein, but singing in a different genre.
Yes, but that's the whole point. It isn't supposed to be about her brand, but God's brand, so to speak. Okay, and I think she overstepped the line. I know a lot of people would probably disagree because there's a popular beat and so on, but you got to have some kind of standard. I don't care what people say about being self-righteous and all the other kinds of things that they bring in. If you don't have any standards, then what is there?
Yes.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah, he makes a good point. I remember she had said when she first started out, she started off doing, just regular, nice reggae, wholesome reggae, and nobody was paying attention to her. That's when she started doing what the Jamaicans call slackness, And now she's become become a Christian.
Mm-hmm.
You can still see flashes of her wanting to create, or feeling like she has to pander.
She wants to remain relevant,
Yes,
because that
exactly.
whole nonsense
Yeah,
with
that's what I
Spice
mean,
was
yeah.
totally uncalled for.
Yeah, when I saw the video between her and the back and forth, I thought to myself,
How you reaching this?
Yeah, and I think too, as you said, it's relevance, and I think all of them would have used it as well for revenue, because dancehall makes money, and so you have to appease the individuals, the crowd that. Or the audience,
and social capital too.
You have to pander to them.
Yeah. Let's take another call. Island T, you're on. Hello.
Greetings again, IT.
Right.
Okay, we don't have an idea what the conversation is about, So it kind of bring us up to date with it. But listen now, while listening that, I come to our head, Shank's Music Festival. I really think that they should introduce forwardly a gospel night right inside of the venue. Yeah, I really think they should do that. It would make a difference within the scheme of things.
I mean, it was
We
done
used to
before.
have one. Yeah, we used to have one, and then it just kind of faded away.
But they stopped
it
it
just shows where we're going.
it wasn't.
We hear you. We know that. We not talk about that, the past thing. We want to see it now. Yeah? Yeah, we really think that it should be there. We are a spiritual people, and it might sound strange coming from a man like me, Rastafari, but no, we tolerate all faiths, and it's how the thing go. But I really think it should be part of the
you're right.
music.
You have a point, because
beg pardon?
No, so you have a point, because there's that story in the Bible where someone asked a question and Jesus said, well, I use my own words now. Well, if I want to reach the unsaved, I can just hang out among you guys who are you're Christians, and I have to go
in the highways and the byways.
Yes, I have to go among those people to bring them towards me. It's like I can't preach to the choir forever.
That's what she was saying.
Yeah.
That's what she was saying.
So you mean Lady Saw?
Yeah. Well,
okay.
Minister Hall.
Yeah. Yes. Don't call them out, your name. But I like his suggestion. I think this year they tried. They had a gospel concert.
Lady Sacrilege. Anyway, go ahead.
On some kind of night there, they had a gospel concert. But I take the caller's point. He wants it like in the venue when the other artists are performing.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, I want it to be, and there's enough gospel artists all around the world to make it be right. Just go you pay the big money for whatever artist. If they charge big money, you pay them same way. And them being the spiritual people, in that sense, they will be more, considerate. Yeah, if there's a negotiation to go on. We are listening now. So the conversation was about former ladies are now
Minister Hall, Minister Marion.
Yes, that's what the conversation is about.
Yes.
And a song she performed.
I didn't hear the song and the lyrics. I can't think. But the lyrics. You know what? Music, me I always tell you, music pure. Music pure is the lyrical content that does the painting. I think man, this thing is serious. It's all over the world, and I hope that people who are responsible for writing, whether they put pen to paper or they just snap it, because I got some people like that. Them consider word sound, the way they smith word sound, because it's all about smithing words, They they consider how they smith the word sound before they share it to the public.
Smithing
I really
words.
think that
Smithing
need to
words.
do
I like
that.
how you smith words. That's a nice. That's interesting. Smithing words. I like that. I like that word. I love that.
No, listen me now. Me now, humble man, you know. We've been doing it from the age of 7. Yeah? And it's a wonderful therapy. I love doing it. My consciousness grow from that time. I've had on about 4 scope on that 7. but yeah, you know, writing is wonderful. It is wonderful. Not wonderful, you know. It is wonderful. Just like other arts, you know? Yeah, man. And people who does it really need to consider the power of words. Words. Yeah? Words is not, they say it's words create, you know. They say the song make, let there be. And it was. That's all.
Agreed.
True.
That's what you are. Thanks to the time.
Yeah,
Thank you
no
so much.
problem.
Have a wonderful day
Another
today.
thing in the news, guys, there would be a mother-daughter duo from Antigua to fly to space in August. Yes.
Oh yeah. I saw that when it was announced earlier up in the year.
Give us some more info.
Yeah. So apparently, Virgin Galactic has officially announced that in less than a month, it will be embarking on its first private astronaut mission, 7th space flight, and 2nd commercial space flight dubbed Galactic 02. On this flight will be a mother-daughter duo from Antigua. 46-year-old Keisha and 18-year-old Anastasia will be the first of such duo to fly to space and the first from the Caribbean on a whole. It will take place on August 10th. So apparently what happened is that the mother entered a sweepstake a month prior for a $450,000 opportunity after seeing an ad while traveling. So, yeah.
Would you do it?
No, not at this time.
I know.
Why? I'd
You would?
quicker do the space thing than the submersible thing. That's for sure.
You say you would quicker.
Well, I shouldn't say that because
that doesn't mean that you would do it.
No, meaning no. Well,
The
not
question
a
is whether or not would you
submersible
do
made
it?
of composite. Maybe I'd go in a proper metal thing. You know what I mean?
Like a properly made submersible.
Yes, a properly made
Okay, if you were to
submersible.
win now today, a trip to space, a month time from now, would you accept it?
I would.
You would.
You'd go?
Yeah, I'd go.
I don't
That'd be
think I
very
would
cool.
either.
Yeah.
Yeah. I barely function on land. Why going in space and underwater for?
But I mean, congratulations to them. It says that the entrepreneur had dreamed of journeying to outer space and said in a release, when I was 2 years old, just looking up in the skies, I thought, how can I get there? But being from the Caribbean, I didn't see how something like this would be possible.
Yes.
So, I mean, yeah, she is going. And the 18-year-old, her daughter, she aspires to be an astrobiologist
Okay.
for NASA and will be one step closer to that
Right.
as she is about to become the 2nd youngest person to travel to space.
Well, okay, all like on terms like that, like I could understand why she would be intrigued and why
Yeah.
she would want to go. But yeah, I'll just wait for y'all to come back and tell us what it's like.
Did that article have
Not
the
trying to
picture
live
with
the
Richard?
Jetsons life right now.
They had the picture with Richard Branson and them because that's when they had the story a few months
Right,
ago.
they had the picture
with John Goodwin.
Oh, so Branson isn't in that picture.
But
No,
but
no,
so maybe that's a newer picture.
how did Branson's space vehicle perform? Because I know Bezos
Oh no, it's
did one
been
and
doing
then
good. Yeah.
It's
Elon
like,
did
one. Persons,
Yeah.
persons do bungee jumping. I'm just saying, I'm not equating them to be the same, but I'm just saying persons do bungee jumping, persons go diving.
That's on my bucket list.
Those are things that persons want to do.
Basically,
and those,
jumping onto a perfectly good airplane.
But those are things that, if someone asks me to do, I'll be like, no. But so, to each his own. But
I definitely want to
congratulations,
try
'cause
skydiving.
These are mother-daughter dreams, so
Yeah,
of course.
and then she wants to get into the field, so yeah,
yeah.
kudos to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll wait for the reports. But I would like to do
I'm
skydiving.
content with the reports and living vicariously through them, and their reports. We have a call.
Oh my goodness.
Call, go right ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, all.
Hey.
I want to agree with some of the sentiments that Mr. Oiro made concerning this Christian religion business. Now, some years ago, there was a television famous popular preacher. He announced on his show that he was coming down to the Caribbean on a cruise, he and his wife. And when he came down, he got an invitation that when he come down in the Caribbean to come to a church in one of the little islands around here, I will not call the name, to be a guest preacher for one night. They're having revival. And he accepted the invitation. But behind the invitation, he came with a boat. And the boat was a monetary price that he charged. And then he said the money got to be paid up front. Well, the church went ahead raising funds to meet the amount of money that was charged. And when he reached in the area, in the islands, he called it, they told him and tell him, well, they haven't met the amount of money that he charged as yet. And he said, money up front cannot come. So you see, a lot of these people here, they're only talking. But like the Bible says, by their fruits, you shall know them. It's like somebody plant a breadnut tree and a breadfruit tree close by each other. And you can only know which one is the breadnut tree by its fruit. So a lot of these people here are going contrary to what the Bible says. A Christian, which is a Christ-like, trying to walk in the steps of the Savior. That's what the Bible says. You should know the difference by their fruit, not by the talk. So thank you all for listening.
Thank you so much for that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good point, though.
Well, I mean, we live in a world where people are more concerned about offending man than offending God.
It's driving me nuts because they're doing any and everything to push the envelope.
Exactly.
They're going to extremes just for relevance, for likes.
Yes.
Just to push the envelope.
And
they want to change everything.
Mm-hmm. And that shouldn't be extending to gospel artists. I'm sorry.
Well, if they're extending it to gender, you could put X in your passport now in the U.S.
Yeah,
well, what's going to make them stop at gospel? Yeah. Like I said, it's anything, just, I don't know if it's to stand out, to be different. It's just extreme.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes, I remember when we had Yolanda Adams here. I love her. I have a bunch of her CDs, right? You realize she was on a Saturday night along with other artists.
I think it was with Neo or somebody else. Yeah.
And I thought it was good. She was good. But then I remember looking at her dress and thinking, that dress isn't exactly modest, No, and trust me, I'm not a prude, but I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The Bible says, God says, His people are supposed to dress modestly. The way I see,
God said, render your heart and not your garments.
Yes, but He also said to dress modestly. No, because I'm not being a prude.
No, go ahead with your description.
I'm just saying. I mean, like I remember one time, and I love Mary too, right?
Yep.
But I remember one time, I think Erica had her solo album, and she was wearing a dress that I thought, okay, I don't know if that's probably a little on the edge.
But you used to look at the show on BT when they would pick like the next gospel artist. It was, I think it was, I don't remember if it was Erica or Tina, but it was Donnie McClurkin, it was Kim Burrell, it was Yolanda, it was
okay. I never saw it, but
one of them, one of the Campbell sisters.
Yeah, uh-huh.
And what I was amazed at is that they were dressing just like us, because for me, it shows you that it does not matter what you are wearing. It is the content. It's your character, because they would sit there, and I don't think you could quote the Bible more than them. You could preach like them, and they use their talents to bring people to Christ. So, but they dressed like they would wear like stuff that I'm wearing.
I mean, like what? Yeah, no, but that's fine. But I mean, some of the dresses I've seen them
Kinda
wear,
risky.
I'm like, not that their tits are out or anything. I mean, like, really clingy and.
And you
I'm
think
like,
that's not of.
And I'm
of
like thinking,
God.
okay, listen, I am far
What
from
happened if
being
they had
a
it
prude.
before and they gain a little bit of weight and they still put it on? No, I'm just being devil's
I know,
advocate.
but
But
I mean, the Campbell sisters are kind of juicy, yeah.
see,
Is this the man who just was talking about dressing?
That's
You
why
saying they're juicy.
I just said I'm not a prude, so I'm just proving that part. But
good grief.
but no,
But there are persons out there really pushing the envelope. Like some of the songs that I'm seeing people coming out with is like, what y'all really doing?
Yeah, I mean,
And it's not even just in the gospel arena, you know.
I mean, so I remember Yolanda was wearing that dress, and I thought it was a very clingy dress. It was nice, but I was still thinking. I mean, I know how I was brought up, and like I said, I'm not a prude, but I figure if you're a Christian, you know, some of it is a lot.
Just
a lot of it,
modestly.
a lot of it is on the edge, and
Honestly, in his description, because maybe she thought it was fine.
no, but but you have to realize, if you guys notice, if you guys follow the American culture, you notice that even the religious culture is way more progressive. Well, is progressive the word I should use? It's a lot closer to the secular than it is to.
I think people are now a little bit more open-minded, because
traditional.
I remember when I used to go to church as a
values.
child or like a teenager. And if you're going to wear something with straps, you had to wear a jacket or a sweater over it. And I have gone to different churches now, and I see people in there with bandeau top, the back out, fine strap, and
I've seen people in sheer stuff in church, like with no
Right?
bra and stuff.
And
I'm like,
guess what?
Yes,
that's be the same people that's
the kind of
speaking
stuff-
in tongues,
that's the same
reading,
kind of
quoting
stuff
the
I'm talking
Bible,
about.
dancing in the
You're
church.
supposed to dress modestly, and I don't think anybody could look at me and say, "Oh, you're being prudish." Or
No, I think now it's a little bit more progressive, like you said, and I think it's also left up to interpretation.
Although I don't know, if
You
progressive
know,
is the right
because like
word.
some churches back in the day, you couldn't wear pants,
Yeah, well,
right?
that's a little ridiculous. I think.
and I couldn't figure out like what's the difference. You know, it's probably covering more than a skirt.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, but you
So-
could wear pants that maybe is not as revealing as generally some women. Some women sometimes it's hard to tell whether the pants are painted on or if they have to lie down on the bed like Beyonce to put them on.
Get
know?
all greased up and run off and jump in. But I'm definitely gonna go listen to that song again, because I think she's doing exactly what I expected of her, being controversial. Right?
But since we're on the topic as well, religious leaders condemn gun violence in Anguilla. So the religious leaders are saying that they're making it clear in their condemnation of gun violence following two separate shooting incidents which occurred earlier last week. So on July 18th, a man sustained a minor injury during a shooting incident in the Northside village. And on July 20th, another man sustained a gunshot injury in the village of West End. So following that, the acting governor, Paul Candler, and acting premier, Kenneth Hodge, met with several of Antigua's religious leaders to discuss the incident and plan to further increase the security of citizens. So
they're not taking chances. It's
I was
only two and they already.
I was a little shocked when I saw shootings in Anguilla. I mean,
Yeah.
I know, you
it's not a
hardly ever
place
hear that
here-
type of stuff.
Exactly.
Yep.
So there was a couple things that let me see. Okay, well, let's talk about Barbenheimer. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oppenheimer.
No, Barbenheimer is what they've nicknamed the fact that those two movies opened
Barbie.
on Friday, and they were saying everybody was
the
saying,
Barbie movie?
Barbie and
Oppenheimer.
Oppenheimer, and they were saying that they were expecting that these two movies to
Barbie
really
killed it.
boost,
Yeah.
But Oppenheimer, given the kind of movie, that's a decent second place, though.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a
yeah. I
very,
wanna
very
go
decent.
see that one as
Yeah, I
well.
want to see that. I'm not really interested in Barbie.
Well,
is
I don't expect
Issa,
it to
is Issa Rae in that?
be your thing. In Barbie?
Yeah. I think I saw a clip. When
I know
saw
they made a Barbie
Issa
for
Rae.
her, and she was displaying it, but I don't know that she's in the movie. I know Margot
okay.
for sure. But listen, I'm into that world, so I worked late Saturday night doing a whole Barbie display at my store. So
I was telling
yes.
I was telling a friend of mine yesterday. I want to see how Nolan, the director, Oppenheimer famously, when the bomb went off at Trinity in Mexico, he kind of quoted from the Hindu scriptures.
Sanskrit?
Yeah, where he said, "I am become death, the destroyer of worlds."
Yeah,
because when
why
he
in
saw the
God's name
bomb
did you create
go
it?
off, he knew like, oh my God, no. This is
I want to
probably-
see the movie just to get like
So I wanna see
that
how-
aspect of it. But then this morning
Yeah.
I was listening to the news and they were like, it's only shown in 19 theaters in the U.S. because of how big it is.
That's Oppenheimer?
Like, yeah, like
So
the
you see-
film that the guy
so there
made
you
it
go.
on. No,
Okay.
the film of itself.
Oh, IMAX.
It's like
Is it-
600
is it
pounds.
IMAX?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. that
They were
would
describing
explain
it and then they showed you it's like the reel is huge, so it weighs like
Yes.
600 pounds.
Yeah,
so to
'cause
transport it to
it's
the different
76
theaters.
76 millimeters versus 36
Yeah.
for the
Yep.
regular prints.
Mhm.
But wow. So that just makes I didn't even realize it was IMAX, but just that those second place numbers are pretty good for a
it's
movie like
decent,
that.
yeah.
Kind of semi-cerebral type thing.
Mhm.
That most people wouldn't want to see. So when I saw it, I said those are pretty 80 million, I think.
Yeah,
I thought those
80 million.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought those are pretty good numbers for
Yeah.
that type of movie. You know?
Yeah, I want to go. I
And-
want to go see just for the historical.
So you're going
aspect
to
of
see
it.
Barbie?
No, but I thought you were going to see it with your daughter.
Barbie?
Is she into that? Is she too old?
I think she watched it already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, probably Jams was just telling us this, and then when it comes out,
No, it's like it's been killing it here because when I was doing the display, like a little girl rolled up into my store. She was like, "Oh my God!" And I was like, "Yeah, so it's working, right?" And then she goes like, "The movies has already been sold out because they brought in like special Barbie cups and whatever, and people pre-ordered them. So by the time people went for the opening of the movies, they were sold out."
I make, to be
Barbie
honest,
cups at home.
to be honest, I make a point.
Leave Barbie alone.
Nah, not me. No, as far as but apparently a lot of people really. So it seems as though this whole forecasting that they were doing is based on the fact that a lot of people were actually looking forward to seeing both. Because I saw some
Yes,
comments
yes.
where someone said, "Okay, I did Barbie yesterday, so I'm gonna go do Barbie." Like they did
Oppenheimer
Barbie
today,
Friday,
yeah.
so they're gonna do Oppenheimer on Saturday, or I guess Saturday, Sunday.
But
so
whoever did the marketing, PRO and all of that stuff for Barbie, they knocked it out of the park. Barbie was everywhere. Like you couldn't blink or go on any social media. You couldn't even watch an ad on television without Barbie coming up. And I think that's one of the reasons why they killed it so much because it's like not even just the hardcore marketing, but the subliminals. It's
You
like
said
as soon
you
as
went
you
to
see
watch
pink,
Barbie?
I haven't gone as yet. I am going.
I know there's even a song. Nicki Minaj did a song.
Yes,
with
Nikki did a
with Ice
remix
Spice.
of the old
Yeah,
song.
with Aqua. Yeah,
Yes,
that
yes.
Swedish group. Yeah.
Right. So like as soon as you see
Which I will
pink,
play
like the
during the
Barbie
spin cycle.
came to
So-
your mind. As soon as you see pink, it's like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, Barbie. So the subliminal marketing and all the other type of marketing that they implemented
Yeah,
for this
yeah,
movie,
yeah.
it was spot on,
Yeah.
and it worked obviously because topped the box office like 100 and something
And
million.
It's funny. I mean, it's good to see the movie theater numbers getting back to pre-COVID levels because that was also part of the excitement that people were saying.
Right.
We really they really thought that these two movies were gonna go a long way to
Yeah.
getting things back.
Because
to
AMC
normal.
struggled.
Yes.
So for
during
persons
COVID.
out there listening and wondering about it, I have it, just a synopsis. So it says, Barbie and Ken are having the time of their lives in a colorful and seemingly perfect world of Barbie land. However, when they get a chance to go to the real world, they soon discover the joys and perils of living among humans.
Yeah.
I'm a Barbie girl.
And then Ken finally has a penis.
Not you that preview the movie and come ruining it for the rest of us.
Oh, and he hasn't watched it. I told you.
Well,
I told you.
You read about all the jokes as a kid, you know.
But wait, did you see a lot of it on Twitter? Because I want to talk about Twitter. This man has lost his mind officially. Elon Musk.
Oh yeah, I need to talk.
Do you see he's gonna change the bird?
No, he had said it already.
Yes, but to what end?
No, but
so
wait,
you're gonna
wait.
change the name of the company now
Yeah,
because he's moving the logo to make it an X.
He said it from the beginning.
But why are
In
you
fact,
troubling
the
something
Twitter-
that's not broken?
No, but wait. It's give him a try. Here's what he had said from the beginning. You know, in China they have these apps, these do everything app. For example, WeChat is an app where you have Twitter.
Yeah.
You have Venmo. Venmo is
WeChat.
a payment app. You have. It's basically like. Think of an app where you have
Yeah, I
YouTube,
know about the WeChat.
YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, PayPal,
It's just a
WhatsApp.
means. It's just a means
WhatsApp,
of
everything
monitoring
all
and
in
control.
one app, and it works in China. And I think it's
They have no
I
choice,
think-
Jams, though.
I think it's a valid try at having a do it all app, because he said it from the
So-
beginning when he bought Twitter. He said. At some point, I think, in fact, the company is called X Corp. From the very beginning, he had already
he
changed
changed the name to X Corp.
X Corp,
when he came on.
right. So I mean,
So what are you gonna call those things now? Because they're no longer gonna be tweets. They're gonna be X's.
Yeah, I thought about that yesterday.
Like, dude, no. So first of all, I had a
That's
whole issue with
interesting.
him because soon
That's
as he came in,
interesting.
one of the reasons he bought Twitter was because he wanted to bring Trump back onto it, because they had banned Trump.
Yeah.
So I was kind of done watching him with the bombastic side eye type of thing, right?
Exactly.
I'm like, okay, dude, all right, what are you up to?
And then, you know-
then now every week is a different change. Like he done sent home so many employees, and now you gotta pay $8 to maintain your verified status, and
Actually, let me
it's
check.
just from one thing to the next.
Let me see if he's gone live. So he
Then he
said-
got mad at Mark and took Mark to court because Mark did thread.
Yeah. Because the threads, but threads has fallen off. The numbers.
Yeah, the numbers are
fallen
down.
off.
I heard it this morning. They
Yeah.
said it's down by 70%, I think.
So,
But
But
I
then-
would quicker go to Thread than stay with Twitter because he is just driving me bonkers with all these changes. Have you not heard if it's not broke, don't fix it?
but it is broke.
It
you can
wasn't
you can
broke.
argue.
Twitter
you
was
No, but you
working.
can argue it's broke
Especially Black
because
Twitter.
a lot of yeah, that's not broken for sure. That's the coolest part of Twitter.
Precisely. He's about to mess with that, right?
I hope
Because it's
not.
rumored that he's racist. So.
Well, yeah. I mean, a white South African. You always have to give them the side eye, right? And a white South African who thinks Trump is cool and you know you heard about all the trouble. You heard about all these lawsuits that Tesla had with like blatantly racist,
Yeah, 'cause
blatantly
he's the guy that did
racist
Tesla.
harassment of
Yeah.
workers, and so workers have won millions of dollars, black workers.
Yeah.
And-
There's a saying, my grandmother used to say it, monkey make it picnic till he spile 'em.
You want
You
to
keep changing and changing and changing, you're going to ruin it.
Yeah, but I agree with you. I'm looking at the
Wait, we have a call.
We have a call?
The design for the X now.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, for the
Yeah.
Twitter.
Yeah, Island
Yeah,
team.
good morning. Hello?
Hi, go
good
ahead.
morning.
Yeah, good morning, man. Since y'all talking about this Barbie thing so much, y'all can't miss this. Y'all can't miss this one. Jamster, you might have to try to find LeBron in his Barbie outfit.
Yeah, man, that was kind of disturbing, man. For me.
Was that a real picture or was it
You
doctored?
sat on
Yeah,
already?
but he's
Please
done.
let the host them see that, man, if they didn't see it yet.
Do you mean LeBron in the pink
We're
skirt?
in pink and
Is that a real picture or is it doctored? Like, I've been asking for months now because I
You guys
am
have a
a
good day, man.
diehard LeBron
Thank you.
fan. Let me just put that out there. I'm a diehard LeBron fan. So when I saw the picture, and then I was like, is this a real picture or is it doctored? Because I've seen Dwayne Wade and Russell.
Yeah, you mean with AI and everything?
Yeah, I've seen Russell Westbrook and all of them wearing skirts, but I haven't seen LeBron. So I had to question the picture when I saw it.
But I saw him wearing a skirt before, not pink. But
I've never seen him with a skirt.
Well, he said it's a kilt, but
Well,
you know,
the pink one looked kiltish too, but
Yeah.
I've never
But
seen
the
him
handbag,
with a
I mean,
kilt or a skirt.
you really have to go there and wear all pink with a handbag, a big
Yeah,
handbag.
That's why I'm questioning.
I mean,
picture.
I
that's
have,
it. There's nothing like the picture just popped up and people just put their own caption, and I've never seen it like seen him with it.
Debunked
I
or
haven't
not,
seen
yeah.
exactly. I haven't seen it verified. Nothing. Like, he didn't
Yeah.
even come out and talk about it.
It
So,
could be
like,
an AI thing. So, but why
Yeah.
hasn't he said anything? You know, it's a little disturbing.
Because, like, he don't have time. He's busy doing I Promise schools, and he just recently opened up housing for the children,
Yeah.
parents who goes to
Maybe
the
he
I
didn't
Promise
see it
schools,
significant enough
and
to
healthcare right
make a
across the
statement
street.
on it.
So
I've seen in Ohio,
in
right?
Akron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
uh-huh.
So, yeah, he doesn't have time.
Yeah, he's busy doing what he has to do.
He's busy being a good Samaritan, giving back.
It's kind of disturbing to see how you see the campaign to just emasculate men, especially, and they always seem to jump.
Campaign?
Which
Well,
campaign have you
don't you
started,
see?
Jamster?
No, well,
Which campaign
don't
has
you guys? But
started?
you just talk about Black Twitter.
Tell
You're not reading.
Tell
Black
me the
Twitter?
campaign. I have
When
not
I say
been on
campaign,
Twitter
I
in
mean
a
this stealth. I
couple
mean this
days, yeah.
stealth, the
Weeks.
insidious stealth campaign to make black men
Give me an
to
example.
emasculate black men.
How
Give me
so?
an example.
No.
I mean, like you
Talk
have
about it.
pictures with what's his that coon? What's his name? Oh God, what's his name?
That coon.
Terry Crews.
Was it an
he's-
artificial picture?
I mean, he's already an Uncle Tom, and then you see him like there's an ad with him. There's an ad with him sticking his butt out and stuff like that, and shaking his butt. And I mean, what is wrong with these guys?
I've not seen that.
What do you mean, what
But
do
soon
I
as you
watch?
said coon, like the only thing that came to my mind was Boondocks. Did you
No,
just look at Boondocks?
But
Yeah, but-
that's something that was made up.
No, but there have been think pieces on this. Where do you live? There are think pieces on this
Do
all
you have
over the
Twitter? Do you have a
place.
Twitter? No. Do you have
I barely
What do you
use
mean?
Twitter.
What do you mean? Go look up thyblackman.com, Griot.com, Michael Harriot, all these other people write about this stuff all the time.
Yeah,
The
but
Roots.
tell us, like, for instance, like you said, there's a campaign
Yeah,
to
tell us
emasculate.
about the
Yes.
And so
campaign.
far, I've only seen Terry Crews, and Terry Crews is
When I
like
say campaign,
he's kind of out there
it's an
because I
insidious.
think he's
It's an
borderline.
insidious.
You know.
It's an insidious thing. I'm not saying, but they always try to do things to make black men less manly than they are.
So these are images that are created by
Yes,
others.
I mean
Oh.
a lot of these ads. I'm like, even that guy in that diarrhea ad, I would have the brother in that ad. I wouldn't have been in that ad.
What ad is that now?
The diarrhea.
The Pepto-Bismol
yes.
ad?
Oh yeah, whatever. Yeah.
But
That's a
he
diarrhea
agreed
ad,
to
yeah.
be in that ad.
But wait,
No,
now.
I'm just saying. I even have problems with that.
How?
Because
He's
you got
getting paid to do an ad.
Listen, you have
Oh
three.
my God,
You
talk
have
about
three.
you stretching
listen,
things.
You have
I
three.
could understand if
you have
mean
three
that
bubblegum
somebody-
pop white girls in front, and this black guy is behind there. This emasculated black guy is behind there, looking a little fruity.
Emasculated? You mean paid guy to be in a commercial?
Yeah, but
I don't see that as emasculation. Everybody gets diarrhea. Everybody has had diarrhea
you
before.
guys
I
need to
haven't
go
seen
and
it,
read some
but-
because the thing is, I was seeing these things.
No,
and I
because
think,
you
is
go
it just
looking
me?
for
And
them.
then
No.
I'm seeing the
You
think
go
pieces.
looking for them because
And
you
then
have
I
that
see-
concept.
He
It's
got-
like
he had-
me.
yeah, he had
Like
the
whatever
symbol.
my interest is,
And then
I
I
will
see
go
the
and
think
look for
pieces.
that.
No, because a lot of it, I'm like,
Because I'm on Twitter and I don't see it as often as you're
no, I'm
suggesting.
saying you're seeing a lot of these black, not so manly men doing things that would have been
But you-
unthinkable 10 years
You
ago.
haven't- but in these commercials, I haven't seen the commercial there.
Exactly. So
But
you
I
should
haven't
have.
seen-
Pepto-Bismol commercial? I'm sure you've seen it. You just haven't seen it in the light that he's painting
Perhaps.
it. Because
No,
I
it
just see them doing
it just looks a
heartburn
little-
and then they do like the diarrhea,
Let me look
upset
for
stomach,
the
whatever.
Pepto-Bismol commercial.
Because you don't look at it in that light.
Everyone
you
knows.
You probably have a more open
Everyone
mind.
knows that the black man is the most masculine man on the planet, and they do everything they can to make the black man
It's by
less
race now.
masculine.
It's
and
apparently by
but
race.
it's true. But you see, y'all don't want to hear the truth.
No, you're being ridiculous. I'm sorry to tell you. How do you say masculinity is by race?
You didn't hear what I. Well,
You said
but,
black
hey,
men
but
are the most. What?
But they are.
What?
Scientifically, black men have more testosterone than everybody
Lord,
else.
have mercy.
Island
I
to
don't
your
think-
on.
All the things that I
He's
said,
mad.
I have to do some research.
Hello, good morning.
on to clarify.
Hello, go ahead. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm.
Hello.
Good morning to you all.
Hey, good morning.
I come in on the last NBA, so
Go ahead.
I hope you all are doing well.
We are.
Doing well, yeah.
Are you?
Damsel,
Yeah.
you said that there seems to be a campaign to emasculate these men, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm telling you, that's not true. They are all emasculated. They don't don't have to run a campaign. All of that is part of the contract that they signed. Whether they were aware of it prior or it's in the fine print, it is expected that they do these things. And I always used to wonder, right? These guys, and we're talking about black men, they have this talent, you know, whether to sing, whether to play, whatever. And just like a contractor down here, he has the skill to build. And when you look at it, these guys are not allowed to display the talent and their skill without they have to prostitute their talent and their skill. Jamster, it is a sad, sad, sad reality, but it is the reality. A lot of our people don't want to accept they are living in denial, but I think they need to go and do the research. All of them, Magic Johnson and all of them, in their dresses, when they go into the party, and a lot of other things that they have to do. The information is out there. Many of them, they are already emasculated, and they're also sodomites. Have a blessed day.
Thank you. You guys making me sound like I'm some crazy person. I'm
But
not.
different people are going to have different views.
Thank you for
I
saying
know, but this
the
is
caller sharing your view.
So
yes.
does not mean that you are not crazy.
So you're saying no. So you're saying
And it
you're
doesn't
saying
mean that that's
It doesn't
the
mean
only
that that's
view
the truth.
out there.
it is the
But I
truth.
look
It does not mean that
I'm
it's the
looking at
truth.
the-
That's
I
your
look at
opinion,
the-
and that's
you guys-
your opinion.
you guys
because
just-
we're looking at the ad from
you
an
guys
open
just
perspective.
you guys just live your lives on
Listen.
eggshells. That's
Oh,
why.
really
So
now?
you guys are
No,
afraid to
sir.
say.
I'm seeing the ad. I've
Live
seen
your
the
lives
ad
on
before.
Several
eggshells.
ads.
Huh?
What are you talking about? Which ad is it?
And
that-
you're
that-
very
My
cynical.
life's pathway is your guys' life's pathway is paved with eggshells. You guys are afraid to speak the truth.
Look at
No,
you again.
I'm
Jumping
not.
to conclusions and
You
assumptions.
can't tell us what to say and what
I'm not telling you
opinions
all what to
have.
say. I'm
You-
just
you
telling
are
you all
entitled to
that you
yours.
all are either afraid to admit the truth or you're just not seeing what's
Because
going
we don't
on.
agree with you.
No,
And what you're saying
no.
is the only truth that
Actually,
exists.
no, that's not what I'm saying.
No, that's exactly what you're saying.
No.
That we're afraid to admit the truth because we don't agree with you.
I hear trying
No,
to look
that's
for
not
which
what I'm
one.
saying.
Always agree
I've seen
with
several
everything.
commercials.
Oh, he's looking for the Pepto-Bismol.
No, we saw
thing?
we've been looking at the
We've seen
Pepto-Bismol commercials
like
all the
5
time.
of them also.
I only see one on TV.
I don't
so
see
maybe they
any
have.
emasculation there.
No,
There's
I just
three
I
persons
just
in
don't
it,
like the way the guys.
and everybody's doing the same action.
I know, but I just think it's a little. It looks a little.
But there's a white guy there. There's a white girl.
The
There's a
one I
black
see-
guy.
the one I
Everybody's doing
see.
the same action.
No, the one I saw doesn't have a white guy though. I think
The
that
one
is-
before had a black guy and two white girls, and they were all
But
doing
why
the
you
same
all
action.
why you all fixating on that one?
But look at
No,
you
no,
see
no,
me, the
because you that's the
dancing
one you
jamster?
opened.
No, not that.
You opened the door.
I
That's the
couldn't
one you
think-
spoke about.
Because I couldn't think of anything else. That's the only one I thought.
No,
of.
but
Maybe-
if there's so
maybe-
much emasculation
maybe
going
that
around,
one,
then you should be able to pull
no,
a whole
but
bunch of
yeah,
it
I know,
out.
but maybe that one is the most or the least
Is it this one
problematic.
with the three guys dancing?
No,
in
no, no. Listen.
No, it's
Listen
not
to
none
his
of those.
comeback now.
No, I'm
It's
saying.
that Pepto-Bismol is like a minor one, but
Yeah,
they're
it
bigger
is.
infractions.
It is.
But
It
if
is.
there's
I just
so
can't think of. I can't
there's
think
so
of
many
anything else.
of
Why
them
can't you
out
pull
there,
out one out of your
then
hat?
there should be more instances of it.
Okay, I'll
I'm
see.
sorry,
I'll see if I
we-
could think.
we
I'll see if I
work
could
in-
think of
with
two. I
evidence.
can't think of any right now.
You can't think of them.
No, the
But it
reason I guess
exists.
the reason the Pepto-Bismol one stuck in my brain because I always found it found it funny how here you have an ad about an anti-diarrhea medicine and it actually makes you want to look forward to having diarrhea.
Ha!
You know what I mean?
Never. Never.
Because it's so upbeat and chirpy,
I
like
just
you know,
I'll
like
sing the song. May one of the
But
symptoms.
it's all about
Diarrhea,
advertisement and marketing. I mean, at the end of the day,
And you know
want
what they've been
product
trying to
sell.
do? Not only that, they've been trying to do equal opportunities for everybody. So like you will see in some of the ads now, they always do like a biracial couple so that every race is represented.
Yeah.
And they've even gone a bit further now where they have a same-sex couple and as well as heterosexual couples.
Well, don't get me
they
started
try
on that,
to
but
no,
anyway.
I'm just putting it out there that
just-
they're trying to make it equal opportunity for everyone.
at the end of the
so
day-
that's probably one of the reasons why they put a black guy in there, because it was two white persons as
But
well.
at the end of the day,
well, actually, yeah, good. Thanks for
Uh-huh.
jogging my memory. That was the other thing. I noticed a lot of times, more often than not, they would always put, when they put same-sex couples, it's black guys. That's another way of emasculating
No,
black
no,
men as well.
no.
No,
I think
I
you-
can't jump
I
on
think-
that one
I
with
think
you.
you'd have
Because
pulled out
I
certain things.
actually be looking, and most of the times
Yeah,
it's
like
not.
I see these medication, like there's this
There's
AIDS,
one
there's this
specific-
HIV.
yes, there's a HIV
and
one
and
where-
I find that very disturbing.
Yeah, and
you know?
they were talking about it when the guy came here recently, Dr. Ofri.
Yeah.
And the ad came to mind, like I saw the
Yeah,
ad in
and
my
I-
mind's
and I-
eye.
and I'm like-
So yes, I'll give you that,
Yeah, that
one.
one.
They
That
do
was-
have
that-
a same-sex
thanks, you
black
kind of
couple.
jogged my memory
But
when you said.
for the most part, when they're doing that, like you'll see it's two white guys or two women. So I
But
can't jump on that one.
when
with
it
you.
comes to sexuality, it cuts across race. So you're going to see
Yeah.
persons of
Yeah.
different colors.
Yeah, but the thing is, I love my people, and I don't like to
We
see
are
when.
all your
But
people.
they do exist, though.
regardless of race.
Who are all
But
my
they
people?
do
No,
have
no, no,
black
no, 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 no.
same-sex couples.
No, not all
So
my
why
people.
can't they put them
You
in
only-
ads?
With
you
a
only
few
s-
exceptions.
You only see people under certain terms.
But if you
No,
cut
I
us, we all
don't.
bleed the same color.
Jamsa, we are all.
So what's-
we
what?
are all God's people.
Yeah, I know that.
We are all,
I know
regardless
that.
of race.
I know
regardless
that.
of color.
I know that, but if you want to remain benighted, that's up to you.
Nice.
Okay, so
It's 10:03.
you guys are cutting into my return of the spin cycle.
Look at that. Who was leading the
I'm just
trip?
teasing
Who
you.
was
You better
leading
get
it?
some Pepto-Bismol.
I'll give you guys about 10 minutes, a 10 minutes head start so you can hear the Barbie song. I won't play it first because then you guys might miss it when you're going down. So
I have the song on my
you have the
status
song?
playing with my
Yeah.
video.
He just wants a reason to play
To
the
play the
Barbie
song.
Jamsa,
Yeah,
you want to play the Barbie song? Play the Barbie song.
I'm gonna play the song.
Express
I'ma
yourself,
play the
Jamsa.
song. I'm gonna play the
No
song.
eggshells.
No,
Don't use us as a cover.
No, I was gonna play it, but
You
you
were,
know.
you were, okay.
You should. It's
You should.
relevant.
Yeah, of course.
Which song
Yeah.
is that?
The
And
Barbie
besides,
song.
How it goes?
Nicki Minaj
I'm a
and
Barbie
Ice Spice.
girl. And then like
Yeah, with
Nicki cuts in
featuring
with her
Aqua.
rap beat.
Yeah.
But
I know
that song is an old song.
Yeah, that's an old song.
Right,
but I
and
thought
then
it was
Nicki
a new
remixed
one
it, no.
for-
Yeah, it's a new
for the
song. Yeah,
movie.
Nicki has
but they
like a
use the
remix
melody
that she did.
from Aqua.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Okay. We know he's not really too
He's
up on
a
the
10,
music
so I
and thing,
call him
right?
Ken.
So, yeah.
Oh, I saw somebody in a video with that line. So that's where they got it from.
Yeah.
Oh.
What line?
The line in the
thing
song where
something
Nicki
about
says,
Ken.
if he's a 10, I call him Ken.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty
But
cool.
Jamsa, we're gonna leave you so you could be in your
Yes.
Barbie world, wrapped in plastic.
Well, I'd rather
When
be
you
in a,
start your
hey,
drama, you're gonna be on
listen,
your own.
I'd rather be in a Barbie world than in a Trinity world.
Trinity from the Matrix?
No,
Or Trinity?
that's where they dropped the first atom bomb.
Oh boy,
In-
I haven't
where
got to see the
Oppenheimer,
movie.
yeah.
Don't give me any spoilers.
You know we can't beat him on movie dropping.
Yeah, I don't have that much time.
He probably
sorry.
say,
Well, it's
"I
not
don't
that,
want
but
to talk
I
about
like
this."
movies.
You know, he
It's,
don't
you
like
know.
to talk about movies. You
Who?
say that.
Oh
don't
yeah,
you?
he
You
always
like to
says
say, "I
that,
don't like to
especially when
talk
you're
about
not here. He
movies."
tries to drag me into a thing.
Oh, I can't have a discussion with AZ on this because he's not a movie kind of.
I
person.
don't know you. Good job.
Oh, you hear me? Okay, okay. I'll stop then.
I hope
no,
you've
it's
noticed
fine,
I
it's
never
fine,
encourage
it's
him.
fine, it's fine. I don't mind.
I'm just teasing.
Busted.
I'm just no, but I'm just teasing him though.
I know.
I am so glad you called him up.
You know, we should all sometime we should choose a movie and go to a movie together so we can come back and talk about
Candisie
it and
saying
fight.
Barbie.
Come back and fight
Candisie
over
saying
it.
Barbie.
And come back and fight over it.
Come back and fight about it
Yeah.
because all of us will have a different interpretation.
That
Should
would
go
be
do
true.
Oppenheimer.
Yeah, we really should.
Yeah.
Barbie.
No, I don't
Nah,
know.
let's
Barbie.
wait until something else comes up.
Yeah, like if you had said like Transformers or something like that.
Transformers.
Yeah, there's a new
I
one
love
coming.
Transformers. Let me tell you.
I pick
I
Fast
am
and
not a
Furious
girly girl. Oh
over
God, no.
Transformers.
No, not Fast and Furious. They have overdone it.
Yeah, they're coming. They're coming with more.
Yes.
Because apparently,
Is it never gonna end?
apparently, what's his name and what's his name, Greeback.
Rock and Vin Diesel.
Oh
yeah.
Ay, no,
So-
enough Fast and Furious. Be
Yeah,
done
Lord.
already. Gosh.
I remember Sharon cracked me up one day when we were talking about when is it gonna end, and I said, yeah, well,
number are we
when
at now,
Fast and Furious 63.
It is at 9,
So I started to laugh.
Thank
Oh,
you,
Fast and
because-
Furious 63 or something. You know, it's crazy.
Ugh,
So-
madness. Oh well. Thank you guys for tuning in to Island
Yes.
today.
Yeah,
we
we
are
had
going
a
to make
lovely
our
time.
exit. I have
You
a
know.
lot of
Okay.
work to do.
Always some different views, but
Okay, so we'll just let you you guys know, Spin Cycle for the next, I think, month, it will be sponsored by CPL. So because the CPL games are coming up and so on.
Yeah, that's good.
And so look forward to hearing some great music. And I guess as the games get closer, we'll have CPL. We'll be talking with the CPL officials and stuff.
Are you going to go to any of the games?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, at some point. I've never been.
What?
I've never been.
Serious?
Oh, this is blasphemy.
Yeah. There were a couple times I got tickets, but I couldn't go.
You've never been to a CPL here?
No. You've.
Of course.
Why do you think he's dragging you?
So you have all
No, but I know
he
he likes
well, you
to
guys
jump.
know how I
He
feel
loves
about
to
cricket. I
jump.
actually went to watch cricket yesterday.
Cricket where?
Local. There's a team called Young Guns.
Speaking
They
of
were
which,
playing with
before
the
you guys
police
leave,
yesterday, so I actually went to watch
by the way,
cricket.
you guys realize I sent you the Culturama program. There's usually a cricket game as part of the thing. I think a Sankis versus Nevis game. Let me see if there's any cricket game. So where was this cricket?
At Connery cricket ground.
Okay, why? And the program is long. I
So the
mean,
Young
I'm
Guns
sure
is like a
there-
Guyanese team.
I'm sure there's cricket. I'm sure there's cricket here, but I'm not seeing anything. So it's probably on. But as you can see, the cultural program is pretty extensive.
Nice.
So you guys saw it when I sent it earlier.
No,
Yeah.
but
I saw it when in the chat.
I
So
sent
my
it.
other phone crashed.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I have to go get both of my phones crashed.
Okay.
So I'm working with a Digicel number. Both of my Flow phones are crashed. One is not charging, and then one of them the screen is completely gone.
Wow.
So
Okay.
if anybody has been trying to message me, apologies.
why.
That's why I'm not seeing anything that you
Oh,
sent. 'Cause
okay.
My phone
yeah,
is.
because
gone.
I sent it when the officers were here. Because remember, you guys were saying, I think somebody mentioned
It was me.
and
I
said-
wanted to know the color.
Yeah,
of my
and then
agenda.
so I got Abo to send,
Oh,
and
so we
well,
can probably
Warren
discuss
actually.
some stuff tomorrow.
Yeah.
Thank
There
you.
we go.
Thank you for
Okay.
that.
Okay.
All right.
So
Well,
Abo,
that's been
get ready
settled.
to send us a check. For yeah.
Good plug.
Yes.
We're here for it.
Okay.
Have a
See you
good day
guys tomorrow.
today.
Okay, Spin Cycles. I'm also going to be doing voices today. So I was thinking
You
of
got a lot of talking today.
yeah, I know. Sometimes
From 8 to
Hope you
1.
had honey in your tea.
sometimes I hate having to bludgeon people for so many hours,
So
you
wait,
know?
Voices finishes.
I'd
when?
much rather bludgeon people with music.
Voices
Yeah.
finishes at what, 12?
No,
Or 1 o'clock?
1:30.
Oh, wow.
1:30, yeah.
So you've basically been talking from 8 to 1.
Everyone will be
Probably before then.
everyone will be a pulp at 1:30, you know? They bludgeon them into a pulp. God.
We have to send him on a petition.
Have a good day.
Thank God it's
I am out.
Thank God it's a figurative pulp.
I am out. I am out.
So,
Have a
you
good day.
ready to sign it?
For the listeners' sake, I'm gonna play the whole of Dwyer's commentary on the
voices?
price control, and
Yeah,
I
I
think
heard
I
a
sent
bit
it to you
of it.
guys.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play the whole of that to set up the conversation, and obviously people can call in on whatever they want, but
After today,
because that whole price control thing was a big part of the news today, as you guys noticed.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
clearly
it was.
something that
It was.
people are
I
So
heard a
before we
bit of
go,
it.
I'm gonna get the reaction from the public having to hear you from 8 to 1:30.
I know, right?
And if it's
Just
not up
it's
to
like
scratch, so
ad
we're
nauseum.
gonna have a petition.
It's like jamster ad nauseum. It's just
You
know?
said it.
Yeah, I know.
Not me.
Today's Jammins Day.
It's gagging. People be gagging.
You misbehaving this
People
morning.
be gagging by midday, right? Like, God, no, I can't take any more of this guy.
I am not commenting. Like, yeah, I am out.
guys.
Okay, guys.
See
Take
you
care.
guys tomorrow.
Okay.
We
Tune
leave
in
you
for
with
Island Tea
we leave you
tomorrow.
with Jamster though.
Okay, you guys, I'm gonna have to send Blue and have you guys escorted out.
What?
I don't have to take this.
I'm leaving.
I'm leaving.
Okay, guys. Okay, see y'all tomorrow. Okay.
We're different. We're